Let me clear my throat. There's always something sad about the last day of August. And today is that day, the last day of August 2017. I suppose it's because we know that winter is just round the corner. So, anyway, here we are outside in the garden, GODi, Garden of Daddy iCha. This is obviously, more than likely, the last video for the growing season. So let's have a look and see where we are. Okay, if we walk down this way, you can see things are blooming, blossoming. In fact, let's go this way. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. Because we've got a new frame at the end of the garden. Here we go. God, can I hold this? We've got this new frame. And as you can see, you might be able to see that the pumpkins have reached right the way to the end where the new frame is, or I say the new frame, the latest addition to the pumpkin frame. And as you can see, the pumpkins have grown all the way along. And we've got this nice, beautiful area, green area. Can you see that? Full of pumpkins growing all along the top, all the way down to the end. And that's what I was saying at the beginning, pumpkins will take over your garden. And if you don't have these frames, they'll just take over everything. So the whole idea behind the frames was to allow them to grow and to grow and to grow and not interfere with anything else in the garden. But what we're actually here to look at is the blossoms, the fruits of our labor for this year. So let's start down here with the big one, them. If I can bend down like this, I don't know if you can see this in the shot. There you go, there you go, there you go. We've got two orange, very orange pumpkins. Massive, beautiful, ripening in the garden of Daddy iCha. They look like they weigh an absolute ton. And if you can look down here, you can see what it's done to the bottle. The bottle is absolutely squashed. So that kind of shows you what we're dealing with here. These water bottles, 5-litre water bottles that it's balancing on to take the strain off the umbilical cord, has been more or less destroyed. And the same with this one over here. Let's go over this way. If you look at this one, the bottle cannot handle the weight of these massive, heavyweight champions that we got right here. And it's all good. It is all good. This one is not as orange as the other. It hasn't reached that stage, but it's getting there. As you can see, it's nice and got that nice pumpkin sound. You always listen for that sound. That hollow kind of resonance that says, yeah man, things are going good. The leaves on the end of it, I don't know if you can see this, absolutely done, turned into crisp. Listen to that sound. See? Oh, look, snow. They've absolutely done their job and it's finished. I like when the leaves go like this, all dry and crispy. It looks very arty. And that's why I leave it like this. And I have my own art display in the garden, free of charge, as a result of growing pumpkins throughout the year. It's very eerie, but very beautiful at the same time. The harsh crispness of the leaves and the way the sunlight bounces and reflects and refracts and passes through some and is blocked by other bits. It kind of looks like an alien landscape, lunar-esque even. It's beautiful. Nature is beautiful. Simply amazing. These are ready to come off, so we're going to take some off today. I don't know if we're going to take these two off, but definitely Definitely there's one over there where the, let's go and have a look at it. Come this way. Let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look. This way, this way, this way. This way, this way, this way. There you go. This way, this way. Here we go, here we go. This was the first one to ripen. It's not as big as the others, but it is still pretty big. Listen to the sound of that. And you got an airplane going over. But this is still a good weight. Can you hear that creaking? That's the bottle on a stick. You know, designed to keep the weight off this bit up here, this umbilical cord, which, as you can see, is starting to shrivel up, which means it is ready to come off. It starts to eat up this and suck the energy out into the pumpkin, and that tells you when it's ready. So this is going to come off. We're going to take this off today. So stand by. The first of the fruits of the garden of iCha will be this pumpkin right here. The first thing you do, as I said, make sure that you're sitting comfortably, because these things are quite heavy and it can be deceptive. Because there's balance in here, usually on the vine, you might think it's a little light thing. Then you cut it off, and, you know, you feel the full weight of it, and it takes you by surprise. So I've got myself ready right here, sat here, hands in a good position. Got my little cutter down here. You know, it's a bit rusty. I need to replace this. I've had this a few years now. But it'll do for now. So what we're going to do, support the weight, although we have got the bottle here, so it shouldn't be that too much problem. The only thing is I don't want it to drop sideways, lose balance. So I'm going to come around and get my secateurs in. Can you see that? Get my secateurs in. Zoom in a bit. Yeah. Get my secateurs in. And try and cut as much of this umbilical cord as possible, because it will still feed off this cord once it's cut. I hope I can do this without making it fall. Yeah. Okay, here goes nothing. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. There you go. There you go. And because I've got this on this nice stick and a bottle, I just have to rock him over to me. Yeah. So one beautiful orange pumpkin. And yes, it is quite heavy. Oh my God, it is quite heavy. Boy. So we just turn him over, make sure there's no blemishes, no rotting going on, and it looks fine. Yeah. Okay, let's rock this over to one side. That's not needed anymore. Done a brilliant job. Let's put that to one side. And if you look at the stem, can you see this? Can you see it? It's starting to shrivel. Starting to shrivel up. So it was time for it to come off. You know, I think it's better to make them ripen on the vine as much as possible. But I noticed yesterday it's starting to get cold, and pumpkins don't like cold, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on that, and I'm going to have to keep an eye on the others. So anyway, number 1, it's all good. Okay, the big one. As you can see, all the leaves are finished. Dust, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. They've done their job completely. And this vine is, well, vine still looks, ouch. It's got these sharp bits on it. Vine still looks pretty okay, but all the leaves all the way up are all, like this one, crispy. And this pumpkin is fully orange. So we're going to take this one off as well, because I don't think it can develop anymore. Listen to that. That resonating sound. That's what you need to listen for. Anyway, we trusty secateurs. Make some space down here. Get rid of all this faff. And again, I'm going to try and balance it so it doesn't drop on the floor. And cut as close to the vine as possible, which is going to be a bit tricky because this frame's in the way. So I'm going to have to wedge it under there and see if I can get it with my left. Do a lefty left-hand job. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Way. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely massive. So let's have a look underneath, make sure it's okay. No blemishes or nothing like that. Can you see that? Looks beautiful. Completely orange, completely riped. Yeah, perfect. So we'll just probably take off this little bit here and leave the stem because this is connected. Can we break that off? Yeah, just break this little bit off and leave as much stem as you can because the pumpkin will actually feed off of that until it's all dried up, and then it'll be ready, good to go. Yeah, so this is the biggest one, the big one. That's 2. Cool. Up. And here we have the Master Blaster. The Master Blaster. And does it fit? Yeah, it fits. Perfect. That's 2 down, 2 down. We've got some others over here. We got, you see this? This one's, I don't think it's quite ready to come off. Although the leaves around it are dead, as you can hear. Should really be using gloves for this because these things are quite spiky. But it is another huge one. But as you can see, it's still quite green. I'm going to just keep an eye on the weather. I might take this one off, but I don't think I'm going to take it off today. If you look at the umbilical cord here, you can see that it's still quite green and it's still feeding. So we'll leave that one. And round, if you come around here. Oops, what did I just step on? Something. Sorry, whatever it was. Under here, you can see the twins. And this one is still quite green, very green. This one is, move that out of the way so you can see, is going orange. So yeah, this one's going orange. They're from 2 different vines. Although this one here is from a secondary vine from the first vine over there, and it's growing all the way back, come all the way around and come next to this one. So we've got 2 that look like they're off the same vine, but they're not. They're actually off separate vines. And this one is, obviously you can see this one's more further along in the process than this one down here. They even sound different. Listen to that. And if you're a pumpkin connoisseur, I'm sure you can tell just by the sound, without even seeing which one is more along in the process. But as with that one down there, I think we'll leave this for maybe another couple of days and come back. Let it go a bit more orange. The umbilical cord is still quite green, which means it's still growing or feeding. Maybe not growing, but feeding. You know, and the longer you leave them on the vine, the tastier they should be. Yeah, so we'll leave that one alone. Okay, so how many is that? That is 3, 4, and 5 that we're leaving alone. There's that one over there. We'll deal with that. This way, towards the new frame that I had to build because of, as I said, the vines just came all the way along the floor, all the way along. As you can see, let's look at this. Came all the way down, all the way along. all the way up to the next frame, right at the end of the garden. It's gone along the top and it's gone all the way down to the end. Here we've got another huge, massive, but still green pumpkin. So this one can't come off either. But it's huge, absolutely huge, this one. Look at the size of it. Oh my God. So we've done pretty well this year so far. Better than usual. So we'll have to give that one maybe another couple of weeks before we even think about taking it off or whatever. But there you go. Can you see? They're always hiding behind these leaves. There you go. There you go. Huge, huge thing. Okay, number 9. This is number 9. The small number 9. The void pumpkin. It's just very dark, strangely dark, and not growing. The void pumpkin. I'm not sure what it is about this pumpkin. It's just a bit weird. It's just a bit weird. It just sits there looking at me. Not growing. Not rotting, not doing anything, just sitting there. Strange. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. When it comes off, we'll pull it off and see if it's usable. It sounds like a pumpkin actually, just very small. So I don't know, but the leaves have all rotted, so I don't think it's going to grow any more than what it is, because the leaves are all trashed up, as you can see. The leaves are all done. So, and funnily enough, this is on the same vine as that other small one all the way up there. Other small one, small void. 2 small void pumpkins from the same vine. So that's 9 pumpkins, 7 of them pretty huge for the growing season. Can't complain. It's been a good experiment, particularly with the frames. I didn't think the frames would last, but they're still here. They're a bit rickety, but they ain't collapsed, and they did their job. So pretty good, you know. So feel free to experiment, try stuff. If it doesn't work, it don't work. Then you can do something different next year. I'm already getting ideas of what to do, you know, next year, God willing. So maybe we'll do another video once the pumpkins are ripe enough to cut and use, and we'll tell you how they taste. So keep it locked. GODi 2017, at the end of a very good season, very fruitful season. Peace.